Hi, this is Valerie. You're watching this video because you want to boost your sales skills or sales techniques, or just you want to improve the way you are doing the sales in your business. Well, actually, in this video, I'm going to ask you not to watch this video, but to start reading books, because I've compiled 20 best books about sales, and let me tell you about each of it briefly in this video. Well, actually, I'm going to start with my top 5 books, and here we go. So number 1 is spin selling. Well, who doesn't know about spin selling, right? Probably you don't, so here you are. So spin stands for situation, problem, implication, and need payoff. Well, the book is actually a bestseller, and the author of this book took disparate elements and presented them as basic sales business rules, turning all the actions into a craft. So if your goal for this year or the upcoming year be the number 1 sales representative, just grab this book and read it. The second place goes to The Ultimate Sales Machine. Well, the naming is awesome, right? So who doesn't want to be a sales machine, right? Well, this book is actually not about the sales techniques. Like, getting a sales technique is sometimes what salespeople are obsessed with. Well, but more often it's not about the sales techniques, it's about the skills that you're actually going to get and master day after day. And The Ultimate Sales Machine is all about the sales skills you need to acquire. Sales is all about pitching, and the third place goes to Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. So pitching is an integral part of every step of the funnel. Well, it starts with the presentation, qualification, proposal, approval, and closing the deal. So each step has some pitch, right? And pitching should be mastered perfectly well. So in this book, the author explains what stands behind decision-making in pitching and what ordinary pitches lack to become great. So who knows, probably you can even pitch an investor after reading this book and start your company. The next book was actually a great reveal to me, and while I was reading it, I immediately recollected my 5-year-old experience with closing the deal. So that was something that I had troubles with. So my personal conversion rate into closing the deal dropped greatly, but now when I've read this book, I know what my mistakes were. So this book grabbed my attention, and I read it 3 days along and even didn't go to work. Don't tell my boss about it. So this book is full of strategies for deals to close and even tips on dealing with various customers, which is definitely important because you may work with a variety of customers, and indeed persuasion techniques. My top 5 is closed by the Little Red Book of Selling. So probably this book is actually a key to perfect relationship between marketing and sales, because salespeople are finally going to understand why delivering the right value is important. And salespeople can go to the marketing department and say, hey, give me the value, and then the collaboration starts because they are going to work on the value all together. In this book, you're going to read about the correlation between the value and the price, and also about asking the right questions to your customers. So the qualification stage is hugely important in sales because all the rest of the steps really depend on it. And of course, once you've mastered asking the right questions, you're going to be pretty much safe on the rest of the sales stages because you're going to possess the right information. So that is my top 5 of the books for the sales, and 15 more books are waiting for you in our recent article. Just follow the link in the description and fetch the 20 books on best sales techniques, skills, tactics, whatever. So this is just the compilation that is going to boost your career and increase the profit of your business. Oh, by the way, I'm having vacation soon, so do let me know what type of books I should read about sales during my vacation. See you!